Hey, what's going on, guys? Zimsy here with a new a new video about what the horse seller does for us and all the various mounts that you can get. So let's just jump into it. Alright guys, let's go ahead and figure out where the horse seller is. And first thing you can do is hit your tab button and you can look for this horse. And then it'll actually say horse seller on it and you can just click on it and go to it. And then it should take you right to the horse seller. So once we get there, let's go ahead and talk about barding and tack and what that's all about. So there are a bunch of different types of gear in here, as you can see. So you have saddles, you have chanfrons, you have tacks, and you have guards. And then it repeats. It's just different colors for these two. And this would be all your uncommon gear. So what you can do with these is you can buy them, actually put them on your mount to give it more defense. So what I would recommend is not necessarily using the uncommon, but they're also rare in here that you can buy for your horse. So I highly recommend getting these. So what you can do is just purchase, one saddle, one chanfron, one tack, and one leg guards. And then you can go into your P menu, and then you can go to your mount, and let's just say, let's go to a basic horse. Purebred here, right? I already have gear here, but what you could do is if there wasn't gear here and you're doing it for the first time, you can go in here. As long as it's in your inventory, then you can just click on it and add it in here. So there is endurance on these. As you can see, if you look at the gear, there is endurance. So eventually you will have to repair it, and also eventually you'll have to buy new ones. And I highly recommend just breaking it down once it gets old. So that is everything I know about the barding and tack that involves putting gear onto your horse. So let's also talk about the various things you can do with the items you can get from barding and tack. Alright, a lot of people know this, but maybe some of you don't. You can actually buy the gear from the horse seller and break it down and get powdered silver for it, so you can make new hero armor or weapons. So what I like to use is the saddles. I will go ahead and purchase a bunch of these. What you can do is you can hold down enter, and then you can just keep tapping, and then you can buy a bunch of them just to make it quicker. So then what you can do is you can take all of that and bring it over to the smith, and then you can break it all down and get powdered silver and various items or materials that you need to make hero gear. So you would jump in here, salvage items, go ahead and throw everything in here. I'm just going to throw that other gear in here also. Also, like when you get green gear from sieges and stuff like that, it's really hard to sell in a market. So I recommend coming here and go ahead and break it down for materials also. So as you can see, you get a lot of various things. You can even get gold dust from the rare items, but from the uncommons, you will get powdered silver. So, and also another big one is rivets, and I'll explain why in a little bit. So these are all the various things you can get. So you can keep going, and keep breaking them down and getting more and more powdered silver, so you can use it for donations or you can use it for your hero gear. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the next thing. All right, another thing that you can do with the materials you get from breaking down saddles and any of the different gear that you get from the horse seller, you can actually go to the quartermaster for your donations. And one thing I highly recommend you use is rivets. Rivets are actually worth a lot. They're worth a lot. So I highly recommend using rivets. If you have so much powdered silver that it's just pouring out of your ears, go ahead and use powdered silver too, this is all stuff you can get from just breaking down horse armor. So another great thing that the horse seller does for us. So let's go on to the next. Alright guys, let's go ahead and talk about mounts and all the various kinds there are. So when you go to the horse seller, you can click on mounts menu, and you can see that there are different mounts here that you can buy with bronze. So you have a bay mare, purebred bay mare, bay, and then purebred bay. So looking at these really quick, the biggest thing I want to put out there is that you want a fast horse. So there are 3 different types of speeds on mounts. There is cantering, galloping, and turning. Cantering is just like your normal walking speed with your horse, and then there's galloping, which is like you're running when you're holding shift, and then you have turning speed. So just spinning your horse around is the turning speed. So my biggest thing is having fast gallop speed, or at least normal to fast gallop speed. So if you look at these, if you have the bronze, as a new player it might be hard, but once you get to 75k you want to definitely start getting your mounts. With the purebred bay mare, you actually get normal speeds across the board. Then looking at purebred bay, you get slow for cantering, slow for galloping, and then fast for turning speed. I don't really care if I have fast turning speed. I mean, maybe if you're trying to turn around and get the hell out of there, maybe, but like, come on. I want something a little faster. So in the beginning, I'd highly recommend going for the purebred bay mare until you get some of the other horses like the zebra and stuff like that. And I'm going to show you those really quick right now. If I go into my P menu and look at my mounts, I do have various different mounts. They do mounts for drops. They do mounts that you can get from inviting people to the game. So one of the horses that's from drops is a shadow horse. They did the phantom horse for the New Year's drop. I didn't get it, but a lot of people did. It wasn't that great of a horse, but you know, it's collectible. Why not? So, you know, shadow horse actually has pretty good stats. It's an epic horse, and it has pretty good health. It has pretty good defense, and it has fast galloping and fast turning speed. And then you have Zebra, which is a rare horse, which actually has pretty good defense, and the health is a little lower, but still pretty good. The cantering, galloping, and turning speed, normal. Which, one thing that they don't say in this is that Zebras actually have more stamina than 150. So it's more like they have 200 stamina, and then the Shadow Horse has like 150. If you do a testing, Zebra actually has about 3 more seconds of stamina than the Shadow Horse, and I'm not 100% sure if it's because the faster you go the faster stamina goes, or if it's just overall it's just has more stamina. So I still got to test that some more, but I wanted to put that out there. There's also the Sirocco, which you can get this from your F4 quests. If you go into Path of Faith, you can find it right here. And then you also, some other things I'm gonna bring up in a second is the horse troughs. So we'll look at that here also. So within your mounts, you know, you also would have to get hay for your horses. So make sure to collect hay. It's not expensive. It's just bronze. You need it to feed your horses. Once it gets to 0, you can't use your horse. So make sure to keep hay in your inventory so you can feed them when it gets low. All right, really quick guys, let's talk about horse troughs and how you can get them. The only one I know that you can get from just doing challenges would be in the Path of Faith. You can get a horse trough here. It tells you right here what it is. Each trough adds an empty slot to your stable consumed on use. So what that does is once you use this, it opens up more slots in your stable. So let's go ahead and take a look at our mounts. So right here, you can see I have 4 horses. I believe you start with 3 or 4 slots. And then I have 2 more here, so I have a total of 6. You really shouldn't need more than 6, but if you have the money or if you just, you know, want to have more, go for it. I haven't really gone past 6, but I do have some good horses, so they do survive a bit more. If you have all uncommon horses, maybe you'll want like 7 or 8. So with that said, you can unlock more here. I think you can go up to 13. I believe you can go up to 13 slots. So the way you unlock those is if you use those troughs. So what you can do is you can go to consumables also. If you want to buy them with sovereigns, you can buy them for 500 right here. Oh, I think I have some. So I'm just going to show you really quick how it works. So you can buy it, and then you go to inventory, and it'll be in your inventory right here. And then you can just right click it, and then you can go into back in here, and you'll see you'll have an empty slot. I did that just as an example. I really didn't need the extra slot, but you know, for the video, gotta show a little bit, right? So all right, so that's everything I have for horse troughs. Let's move on to the next thing. All right guys, one other thing I want to talk about is epic gear for your mounts. It is really good, so I kind of want to touch on it and tell you guys how you guys can get it. So I actually have a set of epic gear right here. It adds a lot of defense stats to your horse. I highly recommend focusing on getting that eventually once you have the silver to buy schematics, which schematics are a little expensive right now. The best way probably to get it right now is in ranked. Make sure to do ranked. Once you get to a certain level, certain rank, I guess you would say, you actually unlock the opportunity to get schematics. So then you can actually go and make them. I actually have some in my inventory from last season for ranked. You get these little chests right here, and then it lets you I'll show you really quick. So it'll let you open it, and then you can actually pick what kind of schematic you want to grab so you can make it. So for example, I do need the legs, so I'm just going to show you real quick. So you can select it right there. All right, so once you have the schematic, you're going to run over to the smith, and then you can actually make it with the smith. Once you have the schematic, you can go to saddlery, and then you'll see in here that there's the different types that you can get. So right here, you will need gold dust for this. So this is what you will be saving your gold dust up for. I have plenty. A lot of people probably have a lot. To get them again, you can just break down rare gear and you have a good chance of getting gold dust. So there are the 4 pieces in here that you can make. I have schematic for this right here, so I could just craft it really quick if I wanted to. So I'll just do that. All right, and then there we go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and talk about horse attires, how you get them, and some of the ones that there are out already. So let's go ahead and go into our P menu and go to attires. And then usually you're on this menu, you can go to your mount. There are a lot of cool mount attires. I have quite a few. I'll talk about those in a second. I kind of just want to show where you put your attires on at. Let's talk about where you can get them from. So of course you can buy them with sovereigns, but you actually can get them with the battle pass. You can get them in your path quest. So let's go ahead and take a look at your path quest really quick. I believe there is, and let's see, which one is it? I believe it's Path of Justice. Yeah, right here you can get the order set. This is a horse attire right here that you can get from doing Path of Justice. At the end, once you finish them all, you'll get the order set for your horse. And then let's see, is there anything else? No, that's just a normal hero skin. So you can also, every season they come out with new horse attires, so definitely check your F5 menu and go to your battle pass, and then somewhere in here you will see, I think it's around 70, yeah, 72 right here. Oh, that's it. Right here is it's season 6 right now, so this is a season 6 mount attire, but there are a bunch of older ones too that are really cool that I'll show off. So that's also another place you can get it. You'll have to have the battle pass to get it though. All right, so in your P menu, you go back in here in your attires. You can see, like, I have a bunch of different attires, so I just kind of want to show them off so you know what's out there, what kind of horse attires there are. So on my, let's see here, my shadow horse, I'm using the Umbra set. This is actually a season 3. The seasonal mount attire. And then on my zebra, I have the candy cane set. This is just a holiday one that I actually bought. I think is really cool. They're actually still selling them now, so when you watch this, maybe you'll want to check out some of these mounts. I really like the Rudolph look. And then some of the other ones, I think this is season 4 or season 5, I don't remember exactly. It's one or the other. This is a seasonal one too. And then this is the order set, so you guys can see it. I wanted to show this off a little bit. And then what else do I have? I have so many. You have the Torbaji, if I said it right. Torbaji. This is season 5 right here. This is season 5. I think this is season 4. This is season 3. Yeah, that's what it is. Those are the different seasonal horse attires right there. But that is all I have for attires. Alright guys, we're at the end of the video, so just some tips I want to give about mounts is definitely use them as much as possible. They add extra HP to you when you're in sieges or field battles. You definitely want them in field battles because you kind of gotta run all over the place. The points are pretty far apart, so definitely invest into mounts. They are a big part of the game. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. If you did like it, please hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I do stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, noon to 5 p.m. Central. Definitely come by, check it out, ask any questions. I'm always happy to answer questions. Again, guys, happy hunting.